Everyone thinks a 12,000 BTU portable AC is automatically overkill or overpriced. But here is the thing, not all 12,000 BTUs are equal because the SACC rating is what actually predicts real-world cooling. The Shinco lists 12,000 BTU ASHRAE but only 7,500 BTU SAC, and that sounds like a downgrade. I thought so too. But after 2 weeks of testing in a legit heat wave, what I found flipped my expectations. In the right room size with a few smart tweaks, this budget-friendly unit outperformed pricier models on speed to comfort and ease of use. I ran it in a west-facing office, a bedroom, and a humid laundry area, and the results? Not what I expected. Before we dive into what I discovered, if you are already leaning yes and want the current best price, I have the link below. But stick around, because I learned a couple of things that will save you money and frustration, even if you do not buy this one. I work from a 320 SQ/ft home office that turns into a sauna by 3 p.m. HOA says no window shakers, and the cheap portable I bought last summer barely held 79 F while screaming at 60 dB. I was skeptical about another single hose unit, especially one at this price point. At roughly $252.68 and an Amazon rating around 4 stars, the Shinco 12,000 BTU felt like a gamble. Tempting on cost, but would it actually cool? I needed something I could roll between rooms, install fast, and not have to babysit for draining. I wanted sleep-friendly noise, a remote that actually works from across the room, and a timer so I am not freezing at 3 a.m. After last summer's regret, I went in with low expectations and a watt meter, a decibel app, and a hygrometer. Test 1, speed to comfort in a hot office. Starting at 86 F in a 320 SQ/ft space with afternoon sun, I set the Shinco to 72 F, high fan, swing on. At 10 minutes, the room hit 80 F. At 20, 77 F by minute 35, I was at 74 F, and it stabilized around 73 to 74 with the door closed. That is fast for a single hose 7500 SACC unit. But then I opened the door to the hallway and watched temps creep to 76 to 77. That negative pressure single hose drawback is real. It pulls warm air from adjacent areas. Close the door, it punches above its weight. Open plan, it struggles. Also, at high fan, my phone app measured about 56 to 57 dB at 3 feet, 52 to 53 dB on low. Not whisper quiet, but totally workable for calls. Test 2, bedroom overnight, 220 SQ/ft. I set 74 F with a 24-hour timer to cut off at 4 a.m. On low fan, it held 73 to 74 for 7 hours and kept humidity in check, so the sheets felt dry instead of sticky. Noise felt like steady air whoosh plus compressor ramping, not a rattly clunk. The swing function helps spread the cool without blasting one spot. But then, the hose radiates heat. Uninsulated, it added 1 to 2 degrees near the window area. I wrapped it with a cheap insulated sleeve, instant improvement in stability and a faster pull-down by a few minutes. Test 3, humidity and drainage. The spec claims up to 43.2 L per day dehumidification and a self-evaporating system. In dry mode, starting at 62% RH in a 250 SQ/ft laundry room, it dropped to 47% in about 3 hours. During normal cooling in my office, I never had to manually drain. But then we had a stormy day with heavy humidity, and after about 6 hours of cooling the living room, I got a full tank alert. I connected a short drain hose and kept going. So yes, the self-evap works most days, but in extreme humidity or long runs, expect to drain occasionally. Test 4, power and install. The included 59-inch telescoping hose and window kit made setup easy, no tools, and I was done in about 10 minutes. The LED display is bright and legible. The remote worked reliably from across the room. Spec says up to roughly 23 feet, and the 4 casters make it easy to move. On my smart plug, I saw 980 to 1050 W during sustained cooling, spiking briefly higher on compressor starts. For a 6-hour cooling session, that is roughly 6 kWh. At 20 cents per kWh, about $1.20 a day. But here is where it gets interesting. I tried the same session with the door open and it ran almost constantly, burning more power and delivering less comfort. Close the room and your comfort to watts ratio improves dramatically. The big surprise, the Shinco's 7500 SACC rating is honest, but in a properly sized closed room, it cools like a champ and feels faster than competing units I have tried in this price bracket. I put in about 20 hours of total runtime across 2 weeks, logging temps, RH, and power usage. The key is treating it as a 250 to 350 SQ/FT spot cooler, not a whole apartment hero. Compared to dual hose or inverter-style models that cost $450 to $600, you lose some efficiency and you will see more temperature drift when doors are open. But at around $252.68, the price-to-comfort ratio is excellent. Noise is manageable, the 60 to 86 F set range is flexible, and the 24-hour timer plus remote makes daily use painless. The exhaust hose will need sealing foam to avoid leaks, and insulating it is a cheap win. If you need absolute quiet or you are cooling a big open-plan space, step up to a higher SACC dual hose. If you want a simple mobile cooler for a bedroom, office, or guest room, this one hits the sweet spot. Also, small note, the included window kit fits sliders well. For casement windows, you will need a bit of creativity with foam or a third-party kit. Now that you know it shines in closed rooms and can save you real money versus pricier models, grab it before summer pricing creeps up. I have the best current price linked below and I will update it if deals change. Check it out after this. Bottom line. The Shinco 12,000 BTU 7,500 SAC Portable AC is worth the money if you use it where it is strongest. Closed rooms up to about 300-ish SQ/FT, renters who need quick install, and anyone who values a solid remote, timer, and easy mobility. Skip it if you want whisper quiet, are cooling large open areas, or live in ultra-humid spaces where constant draining will bug you. For most bedrooms and home offices, it is the pragmatic pick. Not flashy, just effective comfort without the premium price.